Well, hey everybody, I'm Jack. This is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you're all well out there. Had a happy hump day. Hard to believe it's already Wednesday. It just seems like it was Sunday. The time flies, doesn't it? Today I want to talk about my number one raw food diet question on Instagram. Guys, I do videos every day, so if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I'd appreciate if you go down and hit the subscribe button now. Then be sure you click on that little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. And got a link as always in the description below for my store, rawtropicallivinggear.com. I haven't worn this one in a while, Vegan for Life with the distressed design on it. This is one of, I like this one. So yeah, go check it out. Got a lot of different stuff in there, shirts, tanks, ladies styles, unisex, men's. I'm gonna put some more hats in there. I'm not real happy with the hat selection right now, but anyhow, on to the subject of the show. Number one raw food diet question I get on Instagram. Well, outside of the seeds of the watermelon and the status of the bananas, of where they're from, if they're GMO, this and that. But those I just kind of like, zoot. But the number one real question I get over on Instagram is, and I said the number one raw food diet question I get on Instagram, but I get it in a lot of different forms, not just for the raw food diet. And it's how to get started. How do I begin this? How do I start? And sometimes people, and a lot of people do, I have a lot of vegans that ask me, or they express interest in getting started on the raw part of the lifestyle. I have a lot of people that are not vegan that ask me, you know, how to get started on a plant-based diet. And I have a lot of people that aren't vegan that want to go straight to the raw. And it's always, I like to break things back down to the simplest, and a lot of times the questions, you know, they're very enthusiastic, and you don't want to dampen that, but they just want to go, you know, they want to jump in the car, put it on the road, and go from 0 to 100 just like that. And you know, I try to kind of hold them back a little bit with a little bit of patience and a little bit of practicality and common sense. And some people just look at it like I could never do it. It's just, and they look at it like this huge mountain that they're about to climb. You know, maybe they're eating even a bad version of the standard American diet. Not that there's a very good version, but you know, and they just see this as this huge mountain to climb, and they're almost like, oh gosh, why? There's just so much to know, so much to learn, so much to do. Why? You know, I can't do it. And what I'm here to tell you is, and then you can apply this to a lot of things in life. When you want to begin anything, when you want to start anything, start where you are. Start where you are, and with your health, don't get overwhelmed. Don't look at it as that mountain I've got to climb, or I'm running a marathon, or, you know, this huge thing that's out in front of you. Take small bites. Take it in steps. Do one thing healthy today. Maybe that's all you need to do. You know, people get too gung-ho, like I say, and they want to completely overhaul their diet. I'm going to join the gym. I'm going to do this. And they might be able to do it for a few days and kind of, you know, putter along, but it's just not realistic. It's not going to last. And the same thing, people, you know, sometimes they get almost paralyzed because, okay, well, where do I start? Because I haven't worked out, and I haven't exercised, and I haven't eaten. I mean, I don't eat well and whatever, but it's just like, just do something. Pick something out healthy and do something. If you want to, let's say, for instance, you're wanting to go raw. No matter, you know, maybe you're vegan already, plant-based, or maybe you're not plant-based. First start is eat a raw meal. How many raw meals do you eat right now? How much raw food do you eat right now? Eat a raw meal. Who knows? Maybe that starts it all right there. You know, one raw meal. You had one raw meal this week. Maybe you have one raw meal a week. You know, eventually you work to having one raw meal a day. Then you have 2 raw meals a day. And you just you keep going. You just constantly move forward. You constantly do a little bit better. You constantly learn a little bit more. Now I have some, you know, just some like real tips and stuff, or just like some, okay, try this, do that, a few little things. So if you go up here, I've got a getting started playlist, and I say I'm pointing up here, I'm thinking I'm going to be able to put it in there, and it'll be a little playlist right here. But yeah, go check that out. There's just some simple practical information. I don't do the complicated stuff. We're not going to break it down. We're not going to deconstruct what you're doing. We're not going to overanalyze everything. And even in the beginning, even though I'm big on having a food journal, for people that get intimidated by starting things, we might not even have a food journal in the beginning. I might not even recommend that to everybody in the very beginning. Now, you're going to want one at a certain point. You're going to want one at some point, and it's going to help you a lot. But in the beginning, just do something. Did Nike say that? No, they just said just do it. But just do something. Just do something. Eat a raw meal. Eat a fruit you haven't eaten before. Try new fruits. Try new things. Even though I'm not Mr. Huge recipe, I'm like, you got to have a few recipes. Find a raw recipe that you like. Maybe you've never, other than making a smoothie or eating some fruit or having a salad, maybe you've never had an actual raw meal. In other words, like where you prepared something, put a little effort into it and prepared it in your life. Get yourself do a little search. You don't know if this thing's going to stick yet, so you probably don't want to go out and buy a recipe book, but there's a lot of recipes out there. Do a little search, find something that you think like, ooh, this would look good because I like eating this and on the standard American diet, or I like eating this cooked version of it on a plant-based diet, and eat it. Make a new recipe a week. Eat one more raw meal a week. Learn one more raw dish a week. But it's just about getting started. Listen, I suffer from this in a lot of areas in life. I'm always waiting for things to fall into line. I'm always waiting in certain areas for me to know or to get this knowledge or to be ready. And now is the time. It's always the time. It's always the time to just start walking forward. When I used to drink a lot, and when I used to smoke, and when I ate the standard American diet, every time I was going to get on a health kick, there was always this, okay, well, I'll do it. Like today's Wednesday. Back in the old days, it would have been like, okay, well, I'm going to go throughout the week and I'll start on Monday. Start right now. Walk away from this video and go eat something that you haven't eaten before. Walk away from this video, go downtown, go wherever you shop, and get yourself some bananas. Get yourself some bananas. Go out and see if you haven't already had a watermelon. Now, watermelon seems to be pretty universal for most people. Whether you're vegan, not vegan, I know people in this part of the country, even they eat the worst of the worst of the worst form of the standard American diet, but everybody loves watermelon. So whatever's out there, peaches. Picked up some peaches this morning. So just go out right now, walk away. Well, you might be watching it at night. I'm not meaning exactly, literally walk away and go do it if it's 12 o'clock, 1 in the morning, but you see what I'm saying. Just go get started. Go buy some fresh fruit. Go get rid of some of the bad stuff in your house. But once again, you don't have to do it overnight. Listen, I'm not going to play with devil's advocates anymore. The people that, but, okay, yes, if you have a serious illness, life-threatening illness, health issue, yeah, you might need to do something with your diet a little bit quicker getting there. But then probably, too, that's a case where you do work with somebody that knows a little bit about the real science of this lifestyle and whatever it is that you're dealing with. But otherwise, there's no hurry. There's no big hurry. Everybody's in such a hurry, and I think that's where so many people get tripped up. They just want to go too far, too fast, and they're not ready. Some people are, and they get inspired by the one person, and I wish that person would just sit in the back of the class and just keep their mouth shut, because they're kind of giving a false illusion to people. Yes, there's always a rock star. There's always that person that's just exceptional. I had a friend, and he's just a stubborn SOB. When I had first met him, he was a heavy smoker. He smoked a pack a day for I don't know how many years. Probably he had smoked a pack a day for over 20 years. And one day, he told me, and he's the kind of person that if he tells you something, he would probably die before he was wrong. So he said, I'm quitting smoking cigarettes. Well, what are you going to do? This and that? Nothing. I'm just going to quit. He never smoked another cigarette again. Some people can do that, but how many stories of like serious smokers do you know that did that? Not very many. And that's why there's steps and there's ways to quit smoking out there, because not everybody's going to do that, and they're not going to do it with their food either. You're probably not going to go from bad to perfect overnight, and there really is no perfect. let's just take a step back from all this stuff, you know, and just like live a happy, healthy life and eat and learn as we go, and you know, not put so much pressure on ooh, I got to get there, I got to get there, and don't put so much pressure on, oh my God, I got to be 100% raw all the time. That's the you know, that's the pinnacle of everything. Getting there is fully raw, and it's not fully raw. So going all the way back, like I say, I get these questions. That is the number one question about how to get started. It's not always raw. It's plant-based, living healthier. And hey, that's all I'm going to ever do is meet people where they are. I don't ever want to turn into a preacher. I don't, because I was thinking about this when I was laying in bed the other night. And I kind of got into a little deep thought, and I'm like, you know where people are making mistakes with almost everything on this earth, in my opinion, activism, causes, whatever. You got the gung-ho preachers that want everybody to go all the way. They want them to be fully into this or fully into that. And to be honest, that's idealistic, and it's probably not all that realistic. It's almost like we got an ocean liner. You don't just like cut an ocean liner like you do a speedboat or something. It takes a while to turn that ship. And I think that's what this whole planet needs more than anything else, more than having a very small select group go to a very pristine way of living. Let's just push everybody forward. We need to get the collective population just moving forward, making changes. So let's meet everybody where they are. Let's don't be that preacher. Let's don't be like, oh, well, if you're not going to go all the way to here, screw you. I ain't got no use for you. But the best way to start anything is just start. Just start. You want to start running? Put your damn shoes on, walk out the door, start running. That's it. Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.